Hello, Skystreak with you. Been a while. I've bounced back out of my photography sessions for a bit. And back into the anti-political realm. You're all probably getting ready for the upcoming holiday season. Christmas. The holiday based on lies that you can find in the Bible. But hey, let's forget about that and have fun. Spend all that money you don't have buying gifts so you don't feel inadequate. Anyway, while you're getting ready for the holiday season, of course we have media blackout going on many subjects. Whatever happened to Edward Snowden? I haven't really heard too much about him lately. Haven't heard too much about the Boston Marathon bombings. Oh, Sandy Hook surfaced again today. Trying to keep that one alive. All in the name of, you guessed it, gun control. Yeah, it's funny. It's the stories in the news are like cards in a deck. They just get shuffled around and pulled randomly, I think, and they just keep other ones at the surface to distract you from reality, things that are going on around you that most people don't pay attention to or even care to because they're, well, probably far too gone and programmed and put to sleep to even give a shit. I haven't seen Biden in a while since the whole gun control issue came up. Just an example. Not that I care about the prick. And we don't hear anything about Iran's nuclear program too much, really, except that they're trying to push them not to move forward with it, even though they have signed the nuclear arms treaty, and Israel never did. Oh, that's right, because we are Israel's bitch. Media lies. Anybody keeping up with Fukashima? A lot of you would say, what's that? Oh, yeah, isn't that when there was a big tsunami and it wrecked the land and it was all over the news showing devastation and tidal waves and cars floating, and I haven't seen much of that lately. Yeah, that's because the big event is over. The top stories are gone. Now it's just people struggling to fucking survive down there. Does it affect America? You bet your ass it does, especially those of you that live on the east coast of the United States. Seattle, California, Oregon. Unfortunately, people, I hate to tell you this, but a vast majority of that radiation wave that came from the plume on the day of that disaster was blowing in the jet stream long before I'm telling you this. And you have been radiated to some degree, I'm sure. What about the radioactive tuna that they caught off the coast of California last year? Is that sitting in a chicken of the sea can somewhere on your grocery shelf? Don't buy it. I love tuna. Don't get me wrong, but here in America we have higher acceptance levels of radiation that we're allowed to consume than countries like Japan, the ones that are going through all of this. The fishermen have to take all of their wild-caught tuna and other species of fish to a radiation lab to be tested before they can even be sold. And 9 times out of 10, none of it can. And my cat's scratching on a plastic box out there somewhere. He just can't be quiet when I'm doing my videos, but that's okay. So I guess to make a summation of the Fukushima thing is it's getting worse, much worse. And the news that we receive via Japan is probably heavily diminished as to what's really going on over there. A lot of the TEPCO workers have died in the process of trying to get these reactors under control. And a while back they were starting to remove the spent fuel rods out of reactor number 4. Big deal, folks. That's a very delicate process. It was put to me like this. Take a pack of cigarettes, crush it, straighten it back out, and try to remove one cigarette at a time without letting any of the tobacco in that cigarette touch another cigarette. Delicate maneuver. If not done correctly, it would be a complete and disastrous meltdown into the earth, triggering magma flow, which, I'm not sure if you all heard about the island that formed just off the coast of Japan due to volcanic activity, they claim. But what caused that activity? Was it just naturally? Was it a natural occurring thing, or are those reactors and the rods in them melting so far into the planet that it's causing magma to go other places? Oh, and while I'm on this subject, don't mean to stay on Fukushima too long, but there was a gentleman that crossed the ocean from California to Japan recently to do his own studies. And on the way there, a trip that he had made several times in the past, he saw little to no wildlife along the way. The occasional dolphins jumping out of the water, the seagulls, whales, and other sea life. The only mention that he made of any wildlife was one particular whale that was, well, swimming on its side in an unnormal fashion and had a tumor upon its head. So, if y'all like seafood, I hope this makes you think twice. I love this shit, but I'm not going to be eating anything from the ocean any longer, I'm afraid. Okay, moving along. So yeah, as I'm saying, all the big stories just dwindle into nothingness. Gone forever until, well, we ran out of shit to talk about. Let's throw this one back up there. So it's a case of media lies. Of course, we have Obamacare, which I've covered that topic a few times and don't really want to get into that. I just want to see it crumble and fade away and just be gone, in my opinion. That's what I want. That is what I want. And you should too. It's going to ruin America. Not as if we're in any kind of great fucking shape at the moment anyway. So, anyway, just before I came down to make this video, today's top story on my email was bride pushes husband off cliff. And now they're trying to examine every angle of that story. Horrible, I'm sure. But you know what? It does not affect me. I could give a shit less. Maybe the fucker deserved it. Who knows? Who cares? Who gives a flying fuck? Just like People magazine. You would really read through all that and want to know what's going on in those people's lives? They're rich and famous and you're not. Nah. So, that sums it up for me. I just wanted to get back into saying hello to you, my subscribers, and didn't want to bore you with my photography venture there for a while. I was just getting into it. That's not what my channel's about, but every now and then you're going to run across something different everywhere you go. So, up and rolling again. So, we'll definitely be back on again soon. And as always, leave your comments down below. Please. I like them. Happy holidays. Or I should say, happy pre-holiday shopping spree. Thingy. Whatever you want to call it. Enjoy. Peace. And I'm out.